I'd usually do a little bit at the start of these reviews, but I don't know, in this case I think it'd be a little cringer. Hello and welcome back to another MOTU review. Today we're taking a look at the Origins BattleCat. Alright, and starting off as always with the articulation. It's a bit of a long boy, so it's kind of hard to do this in front of the camera. Mouth can open, head is on a side-to-side swivel. No rotation there, do not try it, you'll break it. Don't know why they didn't just put the head on a ball joint thinking about it, but whatever. Up-down hinge, forward back at the shoulders, though for some reason the opposite ones lock on mine. All four limbs shift there. Then there's a rotation at all of the knees. I guess these would be front knees, wouldn't they? And you do get a hinge at all of them. No ankle pivots, which is strange for this line, but doesn't look too bad. It should have had ankle pivots. It looks almost like it was sculpted to have them, but whatever. And tail is on the same type of joint as all the knees. And that's all the articulation this has, which, granted, a lot more than the original, but I have the same complaint everybody else does. The lack of ankles is a huge problem when it comes to not just like aesthetically posing it, but stability. It doesn't want to sit flat if you can't adjust the ankles, so it wobbles unless you just have it in a static pose. Now, moving on to accessories, obviously you have the BattleCat armor. And one thing I do want to point out that's a little odd is Cringer's eyes are green with round pupils, and then the mask actually has painted eyes, which are yellow with slit pupils. And so the eyes just don't stand out. And I know this is accurate to the original, but you could have made one change. Just paint the eyes yellow. Like, it's not a huge deal, but still. Thankfully, mine are actually good. They're in the right place and they're not scratched. My friend got BattleCat at the same time as me, and one of his pupils are scratched because the way this attaches, this scuffs the eyes. Good job, Mattel. Anyway, this literally just sits on the torso fairly solidly and just slides in here. Easier said than done, apparently. There we go. And just pull it until it goes into the first hole. I don't even know what you could put it on for the rest of these, but hey. Nice and secure. And then the helmet actually, these little raised areas here actually clip into the ears. And that, if you can actually get it on, because it's a little bit finicky to line them up properly, but... And sits mostly in the right place, and you still open and close the jaw, and the head doesn't get quite as far up, but I mean, you still get side to side and down. And it looks good, which is the important thing. And of course, you can have a figure ride the saddle. Unfortunately, I still don't have a He-Man, so I'll be using the stand-in of Lords of Power Merman, the retail one, which is probably my favorite figure I have right now, honestly. And one second. And it looks pretty good. It's huge. In fact, we'll just do size comparisons now. This thing is massive. This is a really, really big toy, especially for the price. Like, the one thing I have to say with the Origins line is Mattel is doing an amazing price, like, per value thing. Like, this is a really, really sizable toy for the price. So, to wrap this review up, I really like BattleCat, honestly. I think this is genuinely a really nice figure. The only thing is, I really do wish it had ankles. Looks a little weird without them, but the size and the fact that I can have my other He-Man figures ride BattleCat don't really have any massive complaints with it. And if you have a He-Man, this is definitely a required companion piece for it. Anyway, that's all for this review. Be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, helps a lot. Subscribe and hit the bell for future reviews. Go follow me on Twitter for updates. And consider supporting me on Patreon so I can keep making reviews just like this one. And as always, until next time, happy building.